Hey folks, this is Corey Godfrey of the Pirate Cycling League, and this is my colleague,
Schmidty.
Craig Schmidt.
I changed my name. It's just Schmidty now.
Okay, just Schmitty.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's
So
official.
It's like McLovin? So, yeah.
It's just Schmidty.
Okay, just Schmitty. We're the promoters of the Gravel Worlds, presented by Lauf True Grit. So thank you for signing up. Thank you for coming to Lincoln in August. Really excited to have you guys in town again for the 9th running of the Gravel World Championship event. We also want to thank our title sponsor, Lauf True Grit, the title sponsor of this year's event. So big shout out to them, and also all other sponsors. Really want to thank you for all the years of support and continued support for this year. All right, so we're going to jump into a rider meeting. We like to do this on video. It gives a chance for folks to do it at their own leisure. And also we have folks coming from all over the country and also some international riders. So it gives everyone a chance to kind of breathe easy and relax before the event, get everything prepped, and look at the information online. So as a reminder, if you have any questions about our event, please go onto our website, www.gravel-worlds.com. There's information on there about our scheduled events, the parking for the event, which is pretty important. There's a little map on there. Information on our sponsors, information on who's registered for the event, also information on the course itself, the two courses, the Privateer and the 150-mile Gravel World Championship. We're going to jump in with many different things here in this video. Information about the course, information about, let's see here, what else? The award ceremony.
Rules.
Rules, oh yeah, we got rules. We got 9 basic rules. We should review those. So we'll dig our deep into those right about. Rule number 1.
Don't be lame, which I think basically just means be a good person to those around you, take care of each other, take care of the volunteers when you're going through the towns. Maybe slow down a little bit. They're just small towns. We're guests. Just basically be a good ambassador to cycling and gravel riding just in general.
So if we hear that you are being lame, we can disqualify you, and that's kind of our discretion. So if we hear that you're out there, not being nice to volunteers, or not following the rules of the road, or being mean to somebody at a small town store, we're definitely going to boot you out. That's lame behavior for sure. Rule number 2 is a subsection underneath number 1, which is referring to being lame. If you ever have received a US ADA or a WADA suspension, you cannot race the Gravel Worlds. All right. So if you've doped before, you cannot race there. If you find out about it, you're definitely lame. You're going to be booted. Okay. Luckily, we haven't had to have that problem that year. All right. Rule number 3 is wear a helmet. All right, you must wear a helmet. Let's be a good role model for all cyclists out there. So you must start and finish the helmet, wear it at all times. Rule number 4 is?
Don't litter.
Yes.
That means keep your trash in your pockets, your empty wrappers in your pockets. When you get to the small towns or you get to the checkpoints or the oases, there's going to be garbage cans there. You'll have the opportunity to empty your pockets, throw your trash away. Just please don't litter out on the roads.
Yep, the gravel roads here are very nice, very beautiful, very clean for the most part. So let's make sure we keep them that way. All right, so rule number 4 was don't litter. Rule number 5 is make sure you listen to us on Saturday morning before the start. All right, we may have some important announcements, some information about maybe a reroute or some dangerous road conditions or maybe some bad weather. So please be sure to listen to us on Saturday morning. All right. Rule number 6 is make sure you get a pipe cleaner at the checkpoints.
Right, and just talking about the checkpoints, when you come into the checkpoint, they'll be ran by volunteers. If you're in a group, let's just have everyone slow down a little bit, make sure the volunteers get your number, get your name highlighted, hand you a pipe cleaner, and then you'll get your supplies and get you out on your way. Just take a little bit of time at those checkpoints. Get the stuff you need, and then get on out. And say thanks.
Yep, definitely say thank you. Okay, rule number 7 is you must have a light on your handlebar for illumination to see. You must also have a rear red blinky light at the start. All right, both those have to be on your bike at the start, and also I want to see them on your bike when you finish. All right, So when you start at 6 a.m. for the 150, it's still going to be dark at that time of year. All right, so sunup will be around 6:30. So you definitely need a light at the start for the front and rear. You want a good light so you can see the gravel. Then if you're out there still later on in the day, when the sun goes down, usually sets around 8:30 this time of year for gravel worlds, you're going to need a good light to see, because you've been out there all day, you're pretty tired, all right? And you also want to have a good light for the rear too, because it's Saturday night on the gravel roads. You want to make sure that drivers can see you.
I would almost suggest, just if you're inclined to or want to, just leave your rear blinky light on for the day.
Yeah, that's a good idea. Very good idea. Okay, rule number 8 is make sure you buy the Web Designer beer. So you can buy Krager beer. I don't drink, but
I drink like 2 beers, so it'll be cheap.
2 cans Sam over here. So yeah, cheap date for you. All right, the last rule is a very important rule. Rule number 9 is no outside support. All right, so this is a pretty unique event. Once you leave in the morning from the Fallbrook neighborhood, you're on your own out there. All right. No friends, no family can visit you along the route. We have checkpoints where you'll have a place to refill bottles, get some food, also some oasis locations where you can also get some water, some beverages, and some food. You can also purchase stuff for yourself in a small town convenience store, but we don't want to hear about anyone else being out on the course. So no outside support at all. All right, very important rule. This levels the playing field for everybody. Once you leave, you're on your own 10 of the day. All right, so those are the rules. 9 basic rules of gravel worlds. So please be sure you know them, and please be sure you follow them. If you don't, if you're lame, we're going to kick you out. All right. So the next thing we're going to talk about is the course. So for the 150-mile course, you want to kind of give a little overview of what we're going to do this year?
Yeah, we're going to start again in Fallbrook, get out on the gravel right away. We've already had to make some changes due to construction. So I kind of wanted to talk to all of you guys about, normally we just head out First Street. It's a straight shot. There's some nice hills on that road, and it kind of helps spread the group up a little bit. Well, this year, because of construction on First Street, we have to take it left immediately within our first mile of gravel. Heads up there, the group's still going to be together. The group's still going to be a little bit bigger. So I think that's something, let's look out for each other. Let's take our time through that first couple miles. Typically we're going straight. This year, because of construction, we had to put some turns in there. So just let's take it easy first couple miles. You still have 148 to go. I want to talk a little bit about the towns. You're going through Toohey, Nebraska, which basically has a bar, which I believe is closed when you're going to be going through there.
What's that?
Toohey.
Toohey.
T-O-U-H-Y.
I've never heard this town. I've probably been by it a few times. So.
Cool little town. Next town you're going to go through is Loma, which is also called Stewartsville, which is anyone that knows the movie Too Long Fu, Julie Newmar. That's where that movie was shot. But anyway, there's a little bar there. She may or may not be open. If you need to get supplies there. I do know that there is a trailhead bathroom for any of you needing, if you have to use the restroom. There's a bathroom in Loma.
And that's near the Bohemian Alps, right?
Yes, you're going to be going through some of the Bohemian Alps, which you'll know.
Okay.
You'll know.
Which is kind of hilly.
It's a little hilly. And then you're going to go through Valparaiso, which we went through in years past. That's right around mile 43. This year, we've talked to the Boy Scouts. I believe they're going to be set up again with the tent. Last year, all the riders, thank you guys, ended up supporting the Boy Scouts. They went on a trip down the Niobrara River here in Nebraska on your money. So they're going to be back out there again. There's also going to be the small town convenience store there. So your third town will be Valparaiso, first town with kind of services. Your next thing you're going to encounter will be a checkpoint. That'll be checkpoint number 1, right around 55 miles. You'll get your pipe cleaner. There'll be supplies there, and then you'll be on your way. Next town is Malcolm, right around 80 miles without looking at my notes or looking at the map. Again, we've been going through Malcolm for 9 years, 10 years.
9 years, yeah.
They have a small town convenience store there. You'll go through Malcolm. If you need to stop, they're ready for you guys. They're prepared. We've talked to them already. They're excited. They love seeing you guys. We're going to do something a little different this year and head west from Malcolm, go over to a town called Milford, but we're not actually going to go through Milford. We're going to go right on the northern edge, or the northern, I won't even call it edge, just north of Milford. There's a spot there that's famous for the largest covered wheel, wheel wagon, stagecoach, but you'll see it anyway. Maybe you'll know what I'm talking about. Maybe I don't even know what I'm talking about. But that's about mile 100. There's a nice convenience store there if you need to get resupplied again. And then we'll move on to Denton, where it's a little hilly again. There's a couple famous to us climbs out there. The Denton Wall is one of them. We like that area. Then you're going to go through Denton, Nebraska. Again, really nice convenience store. They know where you're coming. And then we get to our last checkpoint, which is right around mile 128 or so. That's been a checkpoint and an oasis for all 9 years, we think. Home of the world famous Gravel World pickles. You'll get your pipe cleaner, you'll get your supplies, and be on your way. One thing we're doing special this year, we're going to go back, skirt the edge of Malcolm again. The town of Malcolm is trying to build another softball and baseball field for the kids there in town. The baseball teams are going to have a tent set up, and you're going to be about 12 miles from the finish. They're going to have supplies for you if you need them. It's going to be cash. If you want to support them, which I'm pretty sure the riders will, they're going to be there raising money for the baseball field. And then you're on your way. 12 miles and you're to the finish.
That's awesome. So it's pretty cool. 2 different spots potentially in Valparaiso and also towards the end in Malcolm. We can support some of the younger kids out there. The Boy Scout troop in Valparaiso, who last year were out there selling snacks and whatnot, and we helped fund a trip down to Niobrara. And also the kids in Malcolm, Nebraska.
Yep.
We can maybe potentially help them build a new baseball field.
Which is cool.
Very cool.
Because yeah, when I played baseball in Malcolm, we didn't really have a field. So that's awesome.
Yep, it gives us a chance to demonstrate the positive impact of gravel cycling on the small town communities, because we're out there riding roads a lot, so it's a good chance for us to give back. So I encourage you to definitely bring some cash with you. If you have time, stop, buy something from those kids, and then maybe give them a little bit of a tip. That'd be great. All right? So as far as options where you could stop and get a refuel, you have several different options. The first is going to be, what's the first stop you could do?
You could potentially stop in Loma, but the first stop, for sure, 100% for sure, is going to be Valparaiso.
Valparaiso.
Right around mile 43.
43, and you can buy stuff there, all right? And then
Correct.
potentially the Boy Scouts will be outside near the store as well.
Right.
And you can buy stuff from the Boy Scouts, or you can go in the store and buy stuff there. The next stop is going to be
Our first checkpoint.
First checkpoint.
Mile 55.
Okay, mile 55, and we'll have beverages there, water, snacks. You have to get a pipe cleaner on your handlebar. So do you have to pull in into a driveway to do that?
Oh yes. You go into a driveway, go down the hill a little bit. There's going to be a big building. That's where you'll get your stuff.
Auto pond?
Yeah, at the auto pond.
Okay. All right, so that's last year I think they had at donut holes there. I think the year before they had tacos or something. So
Maybe. Yeah, I think. That'd be a good combination.
yeah, not there with more. No. All right, so after that, your next opportunity stop would probably be in where?
Malcolm.
Malcolm? Okay.
Yes.
Malcolm's
Right around mile 85.
85, okay. General store, so bring cash. They also have a barbecue joint called Libby's Barbecue. It's a sit-down place, and if you got an hour to kill, we prefer you not, because we want to see you finish. We don't want to be there until 2 in the morning. But if you're really hitting the wall, you got a barbecue joint there as well.
Yeah.
Then after that, our next stop is going to be...
Yeah, the convenience store north of Milford, Nebraska.
Milford, okay.
Right around mile 100.
Okay. And then after that is the final checkpoint, right?
After that, actually, is another potential stop in Denton, Nebraska,
All right. Yep.
which is right around mile 115 to 120.
Do we go right by that convenience store?
Right by it.
Okay, we go right by the convenience store, so it's right there. And then
Last
the
checkpoint.
last is going to be the Ryan Court Farm.
Yep.
That's the last checkpoint. So there's 2 checkpoints this year.
Correct.
Second checkpoint again, you have to go pull into a driveway, stop, get a pipe cleaner on the handlebar, We'll have beverages there, snacks, everything you need.
Pickles.
Pickles, world famous pickles from Jane Line Court. Then back out on the course, and then 12 miles to finish, the Boy Scout stop.
The baseball team.
Baseball team.
Yeah. I think the softball team will be there too.
Okay. Then you can also stop back in the Malcolm General Store if you need to.
If you needed to, you could go back into Malcolm.
12 miles to finish, and after that, you're done.
You're done.
Yep, and then Shilling Bridge will have some food for us. There again, I think it's $10 for either a brat or a burger, a bag of chips, and a beer. I think they also have vegetarian option as well.
Yeah.
So you can also purchase stuff off the menu. So yeah, it'll be a good day for you. So hopefully you can strategize with the information you received today. This is the first time I'm really hearing it here too, so this is good. So I know what the course is going to be like.
Yep.
Greg's always done the course. He's always done a great job. So I'm sure it's going to be very challenging. Typically anywhere between 8,000 and 11,000 feet of climbing. So we're going up to Bohemian Alps, so there's going to be quite a bit of climbing there. Stuff down here in Denton. We have the one really big climb called the Denton Wall.
Correct.
So, it's not very long, but it's pretty steep. I'm not sure what the grade is at the top there, but
14%.
14%. So, it's a grunter for sure. So we'll have that on the course as well. So some of the old-time favorites. So let's go over the information on the privateer course. So the privateer is about half the distance as full gravel worlds.
Right.
And Craig also cooked up a really good route for that. So why don't you go over the route for the
Well,
privateer?
we're going to do the same exact route that the long course or the world's course does. You're going to go 43 miles to Valparaiso. That'll be your first opportunity to get refueled and supplied, which is a little bit of a haul, but also I think you can carry enough stuff on you, knowing you've already got 43 miles in the books once you get to Valparaiso. We have an oasis set up and going to be ran by Branched Oak Farms, which is a sponsor. They're going to be right around mile 55. And then you have about 15 more miles to the finish. You're going to be using a different way back into Lincoln than the Gravel Worlds course. Kind of the same flavor of last year with a few different twists in there. So 43 miles, Valparaiso, refuel spot, 55 miles, an oasis with some more supplies and more things there.
Okay, good deal then. I remember from last year it was quite a bit of climbing that 75 miles. So still, it's a shorter distance, but still a big challenge.
Yes.
So come prepared for it, folks,
yes.
if you're doing the privateer gravel grinder.
Yes.
So another note about the course, this is all open roads, so you need to obey all the traffic laws. So stop signs, you want to signal when you turn, you want to stay on the right side of the road. That's a very important point.
Yes.
Stay to the right.
Especially when going up hills.
Yep. So if we see you cresting a hill and you're on the left side of the road in a long lane, you will be disqualified. That's lame, all right?
That's super lame and dangerous.
Yes. So what's going to happen is a car's going to come over the top of the hill, try to avoid you and take everybody else out who's on the right side of the road. Not cool, all right? So we don't want anybody to get hurt. So make sure you obey all the traffic laws, stop signs, any traffic lights, always signal, be respectful and courteous to other motorists, and also even farm dogs. There's going to be some dogs out there that may give chase.
Most of them, yeah.
Most are pretty friendly.
They're friendly.
Yep.
Farm and turtles.
Watch out for turtles. Yeah. Turtles as well. There's some turtles on the road. Yeah.
Just move them.
Don't touch them.
Also, I want to talk about like intersections. Even if you have the right of way, just take a few seconds just to look. Make sure the intersection's clear. The corn will be like 50 feet tall. Not really, but it'll seem that way. And just make sure you're 100% sure that the intersection is clear that you're going through before you go through it.
Okay, next thing I want to talk about is the awards ceremony. That's going to be 7 p.m. on Saturday night for both the Privateer Gravel Grinder and the Gravel World Championship. Now, if you finish first in your category for the Gravel World Championship, you're going to walk away with a custom Gravel World Champion jersey. And we have several different categories this year: open men, open women, master men, master women, single speed men, single speed women, and we need more single speed women. So if you're out there, sign up. We also have fat bike men, fat bike women, tandem. That's kind of mixed. It can be all male, all female mixture. I think that's it.
That's it.
Yep. So
Unicycle?
don't have a unicycle yet. Sorry. No e-bikes either. So if you win those categories, you're going to walk away world champion with a jersey. Now, the top female and top male finisher will also walk away with something kind of special this year. And we post something on social media. You're going to walk away with a custom Captain of the High Seas, the Gravel High Seas sword. Stiff.
Yes. Winner of each, wow. The overall male and the overall female will be getting swords this year.
And then everybody else gets a hug from Craig at the finish.
Maybe.
Big split.
More hugs this year.
More hugs this year.
Yeah.
All right.
You get a patch.
Yep, we have some
Nice patches.
some patches for finishers of both the Gravel Worlds and also the Privateer Gravel Grinder. So that's kind of cool. And then after you finish, Shilling Bridge is going to be having some food there for like around $10. Brat, burger, vegetarian option, chips, beer. So help yourself to that. So, but the award ceremony will start at 7 o'clock sharp on the bike. So new for 2018, we're going to have a climber's jersey in honor of our friend Randy Gibson, who was killed by a drunk driver last September. Randy was a huge part of Gravel Worlds and, you know, really a family member of the cycling community here in town, and it was a huge loss, obviously, to his family and the whole community to lose Randy last year. So Randy was an awesome climber, and he's super fast, but awesome climber. So we decided we'd do a climber's jersey in honor of Randy, and the actual jersey is going to be given to the first female, the first male of one of the designated climbs on the course. And we'll probably have a sign out there to let you know the climb, but it's one of the biggest climbs on the course. You can probably figure it out if you've been here before. All right, so the first male, first female will be able to win the Randy Gibson climber's jersey, and it's a polka dot design with the RG logo that was designed by one of Randy's friends. So that's the actual logo there, the polka dot. So it'd be a great honor for you to win that jersey. Great friend of ours. And also again this year we're going to be doing multiple Oasis locations, but something new we're going to do is we're going to honor another one of our fallen friends, Christopher Van Oyen, better known as CVO. CVO passed away last year of a pretty rare disease called amyloidosis that took Chris pretty quick. So Chris used to go out on the Gravel Worlds during the event and just be a gravel angel. He would just drive his car around and have a cooler full of beer and ice and sodas.
He may have had golf clubs and golf balls.
He would also do some gravel golfing.
Some golfing.
Yeah, I'm sure we can throw an image up of him driving some balls down the gravel road, which don't recommend. Do not do that. But we're going to have something in honor of Chris as well out there, in honor of CVO. We'll probably have someone out there with a surprise Oasis for everybody. So that's the best way I think we can honor Chris, because that's something he would do. So definitely going to be honoring our friends who are no longer here with us.
Should we talk about the giveaway?
Yes, also at the award ceremony, we're going to have a drawing for a Lauf True Grit frame set, so frame and fork. All right, so one lucky participant, so it could be either between the Privateer Gravel Grinder or the 150-mile Gravel World Championship. If you sign up and you show up and you start, your name is going to be entered into a hat, or your number will be entered into a hat, and we're going to be drawing a number out on Saturday night at the award ceremony. We'll probably save that for last. All right? And if you win, you're going to be walking away with a sweet new frame and fork, a Lauf True Grit. So it's a great machine. Craig and I have been riding it for the year. We've been very lucky to do that, and very impressed. And it's by far the best gravel bike I've ever ridden. So I'm sure you feel the same way.
Agreed. Now we'll also have maybe some other prizes to give away to you. We'll have more swag at the awards ceremony. We're going to do some more drawings, so just stick around.
Yep, should be a great time. Right. Another big shout out to all the other sponsors. Appreciate all your support, and we'll be having all kinds of support out throughout the day from our sponsors at the checkpoints, at the finish line. We'll have some, obviously, stuff at the award ceremony, some drawings. So make sure you give our sponsors a look and a like on social media, and support the people that support us. So thanks again to all our sponsors. Really appreciate your support.